Yeah, because I didn't know if we wanted to back up. Is that recording now?
I don't know. What's that time thing?
I think that's recording something else. We're live, by the way.
Hello.
We always like to start off with a bang. Hello, guys. Welcome back to another Off the Record podcast. We are live again on YouTube, but welcome back to another Off the Record podcast. Let's get into some breaking news. We have just had the most exciting 20 minutes of our Crossfader life.
Oh, yeah.
Spotify is coming to take your job. And there is a new mixer in town. Let's get stuck into another Off the Record podcast.
Music, industry talk, stories, equipment and more. We are Crossfader and this is Off the Record. Off the Record. Off the Record.
Welcome back to Off the Record podcast. Once again, like I said, we are live. It is me, Lawrence James, and
me, Danny James.
And me, Jamie Hartley. I think we need to kind of just skip that section.
Yeah,
I don't know. Why do we introduce ourselves?
It's always the same.
Yeah,
usually.
you're listening to us.
It's always the same Jameses.
Probably know we are, the Jameses. Guys, the maddest 30 minutes has just happened in the office. So we're upstairs, we're planning a podcast, and I know what some of you are thinking. This podcast is planned. We're planning a podcast briefly, and I checked my phone, and at the top of our notifications, if somebody with a blue tick mentions you or tags you or messages you, always comes up on top.
Yep.
So I look, and there's a blue tick there, and it says, "So X follows you." I'm like, "Oh my god, is this real? Is this real?" And we just got a follow from
the man himself,
Luther. AKA
Heimdall, AKA
Idris Elba.
Oh my god!
Idris Elba.
Let's have a cheer.
Like, come on, where's the cheers? Where's the cheers?
Here we go. Yes.
So I was looking, and then I was like, oh my god! So I'm screenshotting the follow to everyone. My mum, the Crossfader group, everyone I've ever met.
Yep.
As a Brit as well, this is like a big deal.
It's huge
because he's huge in the UK.
One step further. Look at the inbox. There's an inbox from Idris actual Elba. And it reads like this.
Wait, can anyone tell that Lawrence is like his biggest fan? So this is a moment right now.
Who isn't Idris Elba's biggest fan?
Everyone loves him.
Come on, it's Idris Elba. And here is...
And for anyone who doesn't know, the reason being is because he DJs as well.
Yeah,
so if you haven't seen him in some of the biggest movies in the world, then he is actually like a DJ as well and does some huge festivals. So surely.
So we open the inbox. And I get this message, which I'm going to tattoo to my face. It says, "Love you guys, keep jamming." Such an Idris Elba.
I mean, we're pumped. You're going to get a good podcast now.
My God. So then proceeded, it took me about 2 hours to type words. There were 20 drafts that I typed up to like, right, do we play this super cool, like, thanks? Or do we go like, oh my God, love you so much. Can you like take a photo of my mum? Or we went somewhere in the middle. But yeah, we tried to play it.
I mean, the best thing is if the follow-up message is going to be, that podcast was interesting.
Yeah, I really hope he doesn't listen to this. But yeah, maddest thing ever. Just something. But yeah, sick though. I mean, it's nice to get appreciated from somebody that's that big in the industry. And obviously, like Jamie says, he is a DJ as well. A huge DJ
and produces, just type Idris Elba on Spotify. Go listen to some of his tunes.
Yeah, exactly. So that was I planned a podcast and that happened like 10 minutes before we press record. So really cool.
Yep.
Right, what else has been happening? There is a new mixer in town, isn't there?
There is.
What is it?
DJM-A9.
It's a big one. It's the follow-on from the Nexus 900 Nexus 2. It's the big Pioneer mixer update. This will be kind of the club standard for, I don't know, next 3, 4, 5 years maybe.
Yep.
Do you want to, Jamie did the review, do you want to give us a kind of overview of what it is and what it does?
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing now that sandwiches in between the new CDJ 3000, so we've got a full updated setup now. The top of the range of the Pioneer Club mixer models, apart from the DJM-V10, which is like a different approach to mixing.
Yep.
You'll find a lot more techno DJs will be using something like the DJM-V10, but for your 90% of clubs, they will probably now have the A9 starting to get installed over the next couple of years, and you will probably come across it as that industry standard. You know, if you get your first gigs in the next couple of years, it's probably going to be something you're going to play on. So it's got lots of updates from that like internal perspective. If it's obviously got better sound quality than its predecessor, but the fun stuff, it's got some fun new effects which I really enjoy. There's a triplet roll and a triplet filter which are really cool, which create like a triplet pattern over the standard 4x4 time signature. So that's cool. Then we've got the Mobius effect, which is like a synthesized effect. So you don't need any music playing. You can just, activate it on the mixer and it creates this like crazy build-up synthesized sound that you can change the parameter on as well, which is awesome. And then they've got these center lock switches, which I was so dubious about. And I thought, when I heard about them, because we always get sent the press release, like the information about it before we get hands-on with the unit. So we kind of read about it and read some of these features and go, I wonder what that's going to be like. And we don't, know what it's going to be like till we get hands-on.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got on it, I was like, how is this going to be implemented? And actually, my biggest issue was like, is this just going to like not let me go the opposite way? But actually, there's this really cool mechanism in there where when you go back to the center on the filter, it locks it so you can't go past, or you can go to the low pass filter and lock it back up to the center, and you don't have to switch it on and off each time. It just knows when you get back to the center and then unlocks ready to go the opopposite way.
Until you use it, you don't really get why that is a thing. Like you say, Jimmy,
it sounds weird.
You get the press release and you get the notes, and you'll have seen like our posts on Instagram, you're reading the features, you might be like, well, I don't really need that. But then when you start using it, it's one of them things where you won't want to go back after you've used it.
No, and I think people's issues are that they're going to break, and obviously only time will tell. There's a mechanism in there that I guess will probably break at some point. I mean, worst comes to worst, if it does break, you're just back to using filters how you've always used them. I don't think it's actually going to break the filter. I think it would just be that it doesn't have this locking mechanism anymore, which I'm just thinking of worst case scenarios. So it's more of a performance thing that you're not going to miss it if it does break, but it's a cool thing as an addition to have on there. And then it's a bit bigger as well. You've got this huge new mic channel where there's loads of effects on the mic, and that's probably more aimed at those sort of event DJs and people who are addressing the audience more, which is really useful because you can add effects to your mic and things now. And then the other big one is the dual Q system. So you can have two DJs with their own independent headphones on, and they can listen to independent channels separately. So if you're going back to back, you can be queuing up on a different channel, or even if you're taking over from another DJ, you can get plugged in, and then you can like listen to another channel separate to what the other DJ is doing, or even listen into their channel without like interfering with their headphone system either, and beat match your next track in, and they could be doing something as well. So there's some really good updates there. There's loads of geeky stuff as well, like the multi-IO, which is great. So you can plug iPads into it, or phones into it, or even effects units or drum machines and things into this multi-IO and send the output to any of the individual channels now, whereas on the predecessor it kind of routed back through the effects channel, so you lost the ability to apply effects to that as well. So loads of little things like that, but it's definitely one of those things. It's familiar, you're not going to struggle to use it, and it's just that thing you'll naturally just get on with it, really.
Yeah, it's a big update. By the way, we are live on YouTube, guys. So if you want to drop some questions in, and we're going to do some questions at the end as well. So if you, let us know where you're watching from as well. We thought, we had such a good time on live last week, and your guys' input, the questions were really good and really valuable. And we just thought, why not? We'll keep rolling with it every week, see how we get on. So Jamie will favourite some of your questions, and we'll do some questions later at the end. What do you guys think of the A9? What do you think it should have? What are you excited to test if you are testing it?
Something it is missing, which I didn't mention in the review.
Not everything's perfect with it. Again, we get messages from all types of different DJs, so it doesn't have everything that every DJ wants. But go. What was you going to say, Jamie?
I was going to say it's missing a hub switch built into the unit. So the Denon equivalent has like the Pro DJ, but it's the equivalent of a Pro DJ link, but the LAN port's like a router built into the back of it, so you can connect players into the mixer rather than having that as a separate device. So that's something that is missing on it that people are shouting about, and I think that is a valid thing that that could have been implemented and made life a lot easier for club setups and things as well. But
but this is the one you're going to see everywhere. I mean, the price, £2,799, I think, pounds, which is that's exactly what it probably will be. Not all bedroom DJs are going to reach for this. It's not really built for that. So you talk about your big clubs, your bars, your restaurants that can afford to spend $3,000 on a premium mixer that's going to stay there for stand the test of time. We know how durable Pioneer mixers are. I DJed in a club last night where there's still the 900 Nexus 1, and it's still working order, still sounds great.
Yep.
So it's gonna it's an investment basically.
I just want to bring up here Dean Johnson on YouTube. Let me just make that comment a bit smaller. Do you think the A9 will eventually be used to add streaming to the CDJ setup? Which is a great question.
Good question.
First of all, there is a version of streaming already available.
Yeah.
With the CDJ 3000s and the DJM-A9, you can connect to Cloud Library Sync, which is Rekordbox's like personal streaming. So what that means is you can subscribe to the creative or professional plan of Rekordbox, and then you can back up all of your music,
streaming your own music
to Dropbox. So it does it through the Rekordbox software. It goes to Dropbox, and then you literally log in and authenticate a device. So what that means is you plug a USB into your laptop, you press a button in Rekordbox, it then authenticates your device. So when you plug it in the CDJs, you can then see if when they're connected to like a LAN, like a router, and connected to the internet, you can just log into your cloud, your Dropbox cloud, and play the music directly from there. So that's a step in that direction of streaming. But from a third-party streaming perspective, I 100% feel like it is coming. It has to be coming.
Yeah.
It has to be coming in the future because so many DJs are using it now, and there are DJ-specific streaming services like Beatport and BeatSource that it's got to be in the works, and this just shows that we're obviously stepping in that direction, but it must just not be ready yet or something.
Yeah. I feel like we should do not a better job, but this cloud streaming thing it's actually really good, and maybe we've not put it across in videos or quick tutorials, or we need a full video on it. Rekordbox and Pioneer, when they put out this kind of tutorials and things like that, a lot of people are just like, they see the price of it and they go, don't want that. Whereas in practicality, it's kind of the best of both worlds. You're streaming your own music, so you've got that you've got that safety net of downloading music to your hard drive that you've got saved, and then you can go and plug a USB in your CDJ in a club and get all your music. So that's something that we can look at as well, is providing better tutorials on it in the future as well.
Yeah, because you can connect to your phone as well. If you've got the Rekordbox app, you could literally just wirelessly connect to your phone and stream from your phone, which is awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool. So we'll be seeing that in clubs and things like that. And go and check out our review, and go and check out our mix online if you haven't seen it yet. Various social bits as well. Before we move on, we did it last week and we saw a big uptake in numbers, but if we never ask you to subscribe, so if you can just pause this or wherever if you're listening, if you're watching us on YouTube, just please subscribe to this podcast. It really helped last week. We noticed a boost in numbers. So if you can favorite it, if you want to write a comment or whatever you want to do, but just at least subscribe to this podcast, that'll really help us out in the future as DJs. And speaking of DJs, we are all going to lose our jobs, guys, because
apparently so.
Spotify have invented an AI DJ.
We talked a lot about AI on this podcast.
Yeah, we have actually. And on the basis of AI, we talked about ChatGPT. Not last week, was it week before? Last week?
Week before.
Yeah, he's kind of upgraded. Jamie showed us today a little upgrade. ChatGPT, just quick summary is this robot. You ask any question, it kind of answers you in a human-like form. But it's now been updated, hasn't it?
Well, Microsoft acquired shares in ChatGPT's company, OpenAI, I think it's called, and therefore they have access to all of that technology now, and they are implementing it into Bing. Good old Bing.
Bing, the search engine. Yeah. Remember Bing?
Yeah.
It's back.
It's
back like Luther in the brand new movie Luther on Netflix on March 17th. I don't know if that's
free promo.
So it's integrated into Bing, and they're rolling it out, so you kind of join a wait list and then they open it up to you and you can test out this virtual assistant now, and it's kind of like an enhanced search engine, so you can ask it anything and it brings back more, a dialogue of results rather than just links to websites. It brings a dialogue of results, but then those results do have references to websites where it's pulled that information from. So you can go and see the original source of where the information's from, but it's just much easier to digest. And just like ChatGPT, you can ask it to write things and make code and all sorts as well.
But it's brand new, up to date kind of.
Yeah, so it's up. Yeah, ChatGPT is only up to early 2021. The information that was put into it, whereas this is tapping straight into the internet and using the same technology.
Brand new, up to date. It shows you where the sources come from and things like that, which is it's cool. And so speaking of AI, so Spotify have released a promo video, and this might be available in certain countries. I don't think it's in the UK yet, but it's basically a Spotify DJ now. It's at first you're like, okay, is it gonna have turntables on it, and are you going to be able to like press play on your favorite songs and mix? It's not really like that. It's a personality that they've made. So they've made a human-like voice. I don't know if it's just this one singular voice on the promo, or you'll probably be able to choose different voices, but it's basically going to curate your playlist, which it already does really well, with like a voice in between it. So yeah, there's a really cheesy, very American, very cheesy promo online that you can go and check out. But it's basically just a DJ saying, hey, thought you might want to hear some of your summer throwbacks that you were listening to last year.
Yeah. Hey, it's like a radio show.
It's like a radio show. It's like a built-in radio show for you. So yeah, it's a very weird concept. I don't know why you would need this, but I mean, they've obviously...
But no, just to see the bigger picture here, I see this as, okay, we already have bots that follow us around the internet and track our interests and our likes and then show us adverts around the things that we like. Now, I'd be all up for, it already, like you say, Spotify tracks what you listen to well and offers suggestions, but it takes that one step further where you don't necessarily need to search and find that next song you want to play. You just kind of like let this radio station deliver music that it thinks you're going to like. And hopefully you can put parameters in there, and I could make a radio station that's like, just play, new discoveries, like your Discover Weekly or whatever, but it just creates a much more interactive experience, a listening experience, I suppose. But it is a bit cheesy to start with, but I can see that there's going to be, this is the first step in them rolling AI further into how people digest music, listen to music, and also discover music, which is obviously important for us as DJs. So it could be a tool that does evolve for us.
I already imagine now as well, like, in the near future, you'll have, like some of the most famous artists in the world, like Ed Sheeran, like voicing, being your DJ. I downloaded that Speechify up the other day, and you can have Snoop Dogg like read text.
It's just like deep fake stuff.
Weird, man.
So I can imagine like you'll have your favorite artists and stuff like narrating your playlist. So it's just another little thing, another kind of like little DJ thing coming out, with enhanced AI. Moving on, I was down a rabbit hole the other day of like Reddit, which you should never do.
That's dangerous.
It's very interesting, very weird place, but also very informative. If you ever want to know about leaks, they're all there.
Well, are we going to mention this leak? There's a few people.
There's a few leaks.
So let me just... Are we going to talk about this next?
We can talk about some leaks.
We should.
Okay, so... Denmark, what are your thoughts about the rumors about the upcoming Pioneer DJ controller DDJ Flex 10? Someone else said DMX Plus Flex 10 rumor.
Hello.
So yeah, there's a few people mentioning about these rumors here, and you came across a Reddit post, didn't you?
Yeah, literally scrolling Reddit. I was just doing a little browse, and it was like the top picture. There was a picture of this 4-channel controller, had stems stuff on the top of it, stems buttons like red, green, blue, which was like, okay, this is a really good mock-up, but I don't know if it's a mock-up, don't know if it's not. We haven't had any confirmation. We don't have the thing or anything like that. So again, just going off all speculation of one picture from Reddit. But yeah, to speculate, I think...
It seems like what people are wanting anyway, because all we've seen after the A9 is people thought from the teasers of the A9, people thought a new 4-channel controller was coming out. And it hasn't. So, and then all I could see in comments was like, where's the replacement for the DJM-A9? So if this is legit, this I'm guessing is what it's going to be, but... Yeah,
who knows?
We have no word.
The A9 was, there's loads of pictures of the A9 about 2 weeks before it on Reddit and things like that. So just how things get this the way of the internet is not a new thing. It's just a way to source things. So yeah, interesting thoughts. Like I say, we don't know anything about it.
No.
So, but we are speculating like you guys are online. And
doing exactly what you're doing, looking at the pictures like,
fun. Yeah, it's fun for us. It's fun for us to be like, oh my God, see it and react. Because what's good is, you get a very kind of raw comment and a commentary on it of like what people already think, and it's this interesting thing of when you know something. I remember listening to an interview with Eminem, and Eminem dropped an album out of nowhere, which not many people regularly do, and it was really, really widely regarded. It was one of his best ones, and he did an interview where the previous album, can't remember what it was called, but the track they had with Ed Sheeran, this flopped, and it's because he hyped this album up for about a month. So people had preconceived notions of what it was going to be like. Whereas when he just dropped an album, you were like, it was all excitement, and it was like, oh my God. So it's this kind of thing of like a psychology around, you can dislike something before it even gets to you, or the other way around. You can be buzzing about it, and then when it gets to you. But whereas if you just had something that dropped, you woke up one day, it's like, oh my God, what's this?
Yeah.
You don't have that. You can't get them preconceived notions too early on. But yeah, guys, any questions like that, we'll do a big question answer round. Please let us know your questions. If it's about your controller, if it's about, you want to know how to get some gigs, if you need some advice on leveling up your skills, anything like that, we'll get to some questions.
Shout out to everyone that's listening in from around the world right now as well on the live. We've got people from Italy, we've got people from the US, we've got people from Australia. So it's always awesome to hear, where you're locked in from, and knowing that there's this, global network of DJs all just, joining together right now, which is awesome.
Yep.
I'll let you guys choose this, what Reddit post I read out. Do you want to hear from Angry Genre DJ, or do you want to hear about DJ who didn't get...
Is this just a new section?
Yeah.
We'll just go for it.
Yeah.
And you're just reading a post.
Or DJ that didn't get paid.
Oh,
Angry Genre DJ or DJ who didn't get paid.
Are we going to hear both?
No. You do one this week, one next week, so we're only going to do one.
I want Angry Genre DJ.
Yeah,
go for it. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want us to give our advice on this, do you?
No, we're going to talk about it after. It's worth talking about. It's quite a long one, so bear with.
Okay.
So the title of this post was "Most DJs know nothing about music and it's embarrassing." A bit of a title bit here.
We need Reddit Reacts. That's what it is. Reddit Reacts.
We'll have a jingle.
New segment.
We'll have a jingle. So most DJs know nothing about music and it's embarrassing. A bit of a title bit, so pardon me in advance. Just a small rant after noticing how hard it is to find some nice proper techno sets on YouTube and Mixcloud. And all I got was anything but. I know I sound like I'm gatekeeping or snobbish, but it's like we don't know anything about music history, or worse, music genres of the music we play and mix, and it's embarrassing. This is specifically and particularly bad for electronic music DJs. I can't remember how many times I see people calling techno something which is completely electro house or minimal techno to a song which clearly is progressive house. Worse, calling house music to Camel Fat or Fisher. Now, we all know music genres are not black and white. Total contradiction to what I just said.
Exactly.
Well, we all know music genres are not black and white, and more often than not, they cross over, especially in techno, where you have so many subgenres. If you mix tech bro house and you call it techno, something is wrong.
What's bro house? Tech bro house.
Tech bro house. I like that. But don't take my word for it. Just go on SoundCloud and Mixcloud or YouTube and type in, X genre, mix set. It's like literally your job is to know this stuff. It's the foundation of your craft. Right. Now, before we jump in, I just want to kind of think about the premise of, this is to me specifically, not a big issue like around genre baiting, but DJing is very important to people, and I don't want to take that away. It's a very, where I'm over 30, Jimmy's over 30, Danny's still young, but
Danny's still a baby.
But our priorities in life have changed a little bit, and things like genres, things like your equipment as a DJ is very important. So I don't want to take away anything from the importance of what he's saying, because
of course.
It's important to him, and it is important that we hold some values and things that we believe in. However, it's a very brash post, and
it's a good talking point, though. It's a good talking point, and I'd love for anyone that's listening live to sort of get their comments in on this and what do they think about it, and we'll read some out as well. My initial thought is, he's talking a lot about techno here, and it's quite funny. The first thing I thought of when I was growing up as a kid, like my dad was an old school raver, and for some reason I was taught, or I understood that techno was like hard house, but it gave like the hard house sound for some reason had the label of like techno, this like banging techno music that was fast in BPM, very fast, and that was what I thought of as techno. And then as I've got older, I've heard that there's all these other types of music which are, to me, now called techno. And obviously even you look on Beatport and you've got like melodic techno, and I think they've got driving techno, and you'll find as well when I'm listening to these genres, from these sources, you'll have tracks that are 128 BPM, you'll have tracks that are 138, 140 BPM that are both categorized as techno. So speed, there's a whole 10 BPM difference there of speed within the same genre, so that's something to bear in mind. And then, I mean, there's so many subcategories that we start to get overwhelmed, I feel like. Personally, I'm like, okay, if this fits in this, can we just narrow down music into 5 different categories and just keep it as simple as that? And maybe that's just me wanting to keep it simple. And you know, I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but I always try and just come back to like, well, what is the broad category here? Is it like a rock song, or is it an electronic dance produced song? Okay, I can now split it into 2 things. It's recorded live with instruments. It's going in the pop, rock, indie music category. Oh no, it's not. It's recorded on a computer with, quantization and stuff. Okay, it's coming into some sort of dance electronic category, and that could then span out to techno, to whatever. But I've always been an open format DJ, so I've always wanted to mix genres together. So I've not really focused too hard on, I can't play this because it's not in this genre. I've always been like, I want to play anything and everything. So I've always kept my genres open.
Yeah, I feel like this is like, well, as soon as you said techno, I was like, it makes more sense now. Like, it seems to be one of those things that is like you said, in it's a bit snobby in a way, but a lot of genres have that, and it's not just the same in music. You see people doing this in like the fashion world or like design world or anything. It's like, but I think you got to think about it is like Jamie said, there's so many subgenres in this. So the way I look at it is you've got house music and techno. Yeah, they are different things, but I see techno as like this tree, and then all your branches off it are your subgenres, but it still falls under that same category of it's like it's built on the same sort of DNA, if that makes sense.
Totally.
So it's like, I get what people mean, like they get really like caught up on the genres, like this is not this genre or this is this genre. And I just feel like if you know what it is and that's how you define it, that's cool. But I think other people define music in different ways. Yeah. So it's like what is melodic techno to one person might be melodic house to another. But I feel like if you're playing that music, and as long as you know what it is and it helps you keep going in your set, it doesn't really matter that much. And I know it is important to some people, and if that's the way you do it, that's you. But I don't feel like it's something to get too caught up on.
Couldn't agree more. I think you have to like take a look, and it's like, why are you sort of so set on it having to sound exactly like a thing? Like, what is the purpose? Because if you get stuck in this rabbit hole of, you're not a DJ unless you're playing on this. You're not a techno DJ if you're not playing this exact BPM. Like, what is stopping you from being able to like express yourself as a DJ? Like, if that's your lane, then express your own lane, your own passion. If everyone were, if all techno DJs played the exact same thing as you, played the exact same thing, then there'd be no jobs for you. There'd be no enjoyment for you. Like, where's your opportunity? Like, if you're so specific on what you want to achieve, what you want to play on the tracks you choose, great. Like, put that into practice so the world can watch you, because I guarantee if you like all that stuff, someone else will. And I don't know there's no one person in charge of the gatekeeping of music. You think about the huge Spotify players and stuff, that there's a Josh Summit track on 5 different of my playlists. He's on a house track, he's on a techno one, he's on a massive dance hits.
Put it this way, like, what in the 90s you could maybe call a Madonna record a dance record. Now would you call it a pop record? Like, it's changed, and this is where the music hasn't changed. It's just our interpretation of what is current and relevant changes, and this is where different age groups will categorize things differently. Someone said here, I'm guessing Fisher is Bro House because it's played by all the frat.
That's what I imagine
frat houses.
We need anyone in the chat, give us a playlist of Bro House while we talk.
I've heard of like Bro Step.
Give us some Bro House tracks in the comments, because I'd love to know about that. But it's all Fisher, isn't it?
I feel like this whole thing is like a community thing, though, isn't it? So this guy's obviously very into his techno music, and he's a bit like defensive of it. He's a bit like, this is techno. Like, don't say this is.
Don't say.
So I feel like it's like just a community thing where people like are a bit, I don't know, like protective of it, but it's like bigger picture. If Beatport want to put up all these different categories of techno, it's fine if you can find the song. Who really cares?
I'd love to speak to someone at Beatport who puts playlists together. It must be stressful.
It must be very stressful.
They get like hate mail being like, this isn't techno.
Yeah, like, honestly, I mean, Beatport kindly posted a lot of our mixes for them, and a lot of the comments are great. There was this one comment is like, this isn't TikTok, like,
I saw that.
What do you mean? Why does it have to be TikTok for us to put a mix on there? But this whole, I think, just like, again, it's super important to be passionate. This is what we're here for. This is why you're listening to this podcast. This is why you're watching on YouTube. This is why we're here talking to you. It's important to us, like, and that is good to a level. But I've had this as well. When sort of bitterness takes over you and sort of paralyzes you from being expressive, it's like, I've mentioned on podcast before. When I was a working DJ, I saw some DJs up and coming on, making moves, making videos online, doing millions of views, getting bookings and stuff, and I was like, well, I can do that, but I wasn't. I was just watching them, and I was being bitter about. I was like, I can do that. Why
rather than doing it?
Why are these guys? But rather than doing it, and as soon as I did it, guess what? It worked. So again, it's super good to be passionate, and it is important, but
don't worry about it too much.
Don't over. But if you do want to get it off your chest, Reddit's probably
that's the place. Yeah,
Reddit's the place. I mean, we have this running joke that we're going to sort of put a worm into Reddit, like, and it's just going to be like our actual real thoughts. It's just going to be like somebody with a blank. You have like the blank profile picture.
If you see someone called Upfader, it's not us. Okay.
I might just go full in and just like be myself and just be like, yeah, this is rubbish.
I mean, this is part of the podcast is we like it's called Off the Record, and that's why, because we like to talk about stuff behind the scenes, what's going on.
It's actually called Off the Record, sponsored by Idris Elba.
Here on YouTube, someone said, I'm named my tech house for the bro house now.
Yes, all right. All right.
Someone else said, it's also very hard to DJ in one genre if you have a liking for all the subgenres. You really just want to keep the vibe going. And this
is the thing, being like 99.9% of DJs don't have this luxury of being able to be and play one genre of music. I went to see a UK bass act. Majority, I know him from playing bassline music, but went in there, guess what? He's playing drum and bass. He's playing bass. He's playing house. He's playing organ stuff. And that's an artist who, if you just wanted to play, his music as just bassline, I'll just play that. But guess what? People that the audience aren't like that. Me and Jamie went to Park Life last year. We went and we watched a techno set. I hated about 5 minutes of it, and then he played a vocal that I know, and I'm like, oh, now I'm here. Now I'm enjoying this, and it's like it's still techno, but because I know the vocal, I like it a bit more. So
maybe there needs to be more subcategories of techno.
There needs to be less subcategories. That's the point.
So, but there are a lot of anoraks in the techno scene.
Yeah.
So
there are.
I mean, that's a good point. I'm excited for what was the other one to tease next week? What's the other one we're going to hear next week?
What was it? It was DJ got undercut.
Undercut.
So
okay,
we'll talk about that. Yeah. We are going to try a new game. Where's my thing?
By the way, I do have all your questions who are listening live. We're going to cover them soon.
We're going to get back to that. So I've always wanted to try and incorporate music into these podcasts. It's very difficult. We actually, like I said last week, we're not like professional podcasters, so this might not even be allowed on Spotify.
We're just winging it.
So it might get pulled, but I'm going to keep the music as short as possible so it doesn't get flagged.
Okay. So what's the name of the game?
So the name of the game it's just called the intro game. So I'm going to play a second of an intro of a track. And you guys are you're gonna shout out your name if you want to guess first. And I don't know how many I've got, 10, 15, something like that.
Okay.
And I'm going super basic. This is not going to be Bro House or.
I just want to let you know that I am terrible at this game. I've played it lots before, and it's that annoying thing of I'll know songs for like, I don't know, definitely not the artist.
Yeah.
So maybe the title, but I don't know.
I enjoy this game.
I am bad at this game. Right. Danny will be very good at this game.
I think so. Yeah, you can play along online as well. Various genres and stuff. So we'll see. I think my volume.
So you got to play like the first second.
So I'm going to play like a second or two of the track.
Okay.
Let's see how.
Do you want to test the track out?
It's on Spotify, so I'm going to try and press play and pause it very quickly. Right, ready for the first one? First one. Here we go. Is that too quiet?
I could hear it.
Did you hear that?
Can you turn it up on your phone?
Yeah.
Does that work?
This is just a tester.
I don't want to deafen people.
Oh,
can I have this point?
Calvin, you know this one, do you?
That's a test. Is that all right? I
think that's all right.
Loud enough?
Yeah.
How are we going to say it? Are we going to take it?
You got to shout your name out.
All right.
Shout your name out.
Oh.
And then answer. Then the answer.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. That was a test. Right.
Oh, that was an easy one.
Right. Next one.
Danny.
Yeah.
Oh,
right, listen, and you've got to go straight away. Otherwise, it passes on. You got
Jamie. Go on.
Is it Eminem?
Yeah.
But no, it's not Smack That. What is it?
Real.
Real Slim Shady.
Yeah, I've done about half a point for that.
I was gonna say my name is, and I was like, oh, it's not.
Right. You know what? I'm gonna be really ruthless on this. None of you getting a point. You have to get name and track.
Okay.
Because these are easy. These are not.
They are, but they're stressful. They're stressful in the moment.
These are not deep techno tracks.
How long do we have to guess?
Like as soon as you say your name, you have to say it.
Okay.
If there's a second pause, it passes on.
Okay.
Making it up as I go along. All right. Next one.
It's like
Danny. Gold Dust, DJ Fresh.
Yes. Ding, ding, ding. We need some buzzers.
We need dings. Keep saying
right.
this.
1-0 to Danny. Next.
I might have a triangle here.
Have you? Oh, you didn't play it.
It won't come out of that speakers,
No, it
but they
won't.
might have heard it.
Right. Next track.
Your love is. Oh, Jamie.
Yep.
Kanye West Fade.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice. It's going well. We're getting there now.
I need to keep scoring my points.
Yeah, 1-1. Ready?
Yeah.
Next one.
Danny.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, it passes over. Jamie.
Push the feeling on.
Yeah.
Nightcrawlers.
Yeah.
I'd have got that wrong. I was going to say MK, but
Careful.
Please don't
copyright.
Please don't pull the Spotify. We're having a good time here.
Well, she get blocked on YouTube now.
Please don't pull us. All right, next one.
Y'all know me. Still the same.
You can't sing the lyrics. Danny.
Yeah.
Eminem Forgot About Dre.
Yeah.
I've got to get to the chorus.
You're giving him it. Let's go.
Danny.
Yeah.
Wild One. Is it David Guetta and Sia?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
Right. You got your points? How many? What are you on here?
3.
2.
Next one.
Danny. Benga.
That's very
Katie
good.
on a Mission.
Yes.
Wow.
You know
what? That's very good, Danny.
I wasn't expecting that kick intro. I've only got the intro when it starts singing.
Yeah.
That synth when it just started. As soon as you went,
Yeah.
that was well done, Danny.
Is it made by Benga? I think.
Yeah,
I know the instrumental more than this one. Yeah. Oh.
Okay,
yeah.
That was
I
a
thought it
tune.
just started like that. But anyway,
Nah.
I need the edited version.
I'll send you. I've got it.
Next. Let's do.
Jamie, Corona Rhythm of the Night.
Yes. Let's go. Right. Next one.
Danny.
Jamie.
Oh, Danny.
Tiny Temper Pass Out.
Yeah. That's right. This one sounds a similar intro. If you get that.
What is that? Danny.
Jamie.
Was that Jamie?
Yeah, I think so.
Go on.
The game. This is how we do.
Yeah, it is,
Or how we do.
Similar to Pass Out.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough. Don't get pulled. Have I got any more? I've got one more, maybe two more. Next one.
Danny. Red Light, Get Out My Head.
That is a good one.
Bang
Yeah.
up your street, that innit?
Yeah.
Bang up your street. Red
I used to
Light.
love playing that.
Such a tune. Oh my
So
god.
good fun to mix.
Yeah.
There you go.
That whole EP, what's the second track on it? Lost in Your Love as well. That was a big one.
Backs, remember Backs?
Oh,
So we're
yeah,
just
yeah.
reminiscing
Moscow,
now.
yeah. Such a tune.
Reminisce.
Yeah.
Reminisce. Come on.
Danny, Dizzy Rascal Bonkers.
Yeah.
It's hard to get fast. It is hard.
That's all I've got lined up. But
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Oh, Jamie.
Go on.
Fred again, Jungle.
How did you?
That's
no,
Rumble.
No.
Rumble. Not Jungle.
Oh, you can have that. It's close
You can have
enough.
that.
Is that wrong?
Rumble, Jungle, Rumble in Jungle.
What a tune.
Tune, man.
This is my tune of the year so far.
So good.
So good.
Yeah. Right.
Someone said this is fun. Great.
Yeah, it is.
Shout out.
Well, listen. If Spotify don't pull this, then we might
We'll keep doing
be able
this.
to play it a bit longer.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, coming up with a game every week is hard, so that will make it a lot easier.
Yeah. I think it was 5-all on that as well.
Yeah. Let us know in the chat what is your track of the year so far, guys. I think mine's Rumble. I also like most of the Skrillex stuff, like Rat-a-tat-tat is unreal.
Yeah.
But I think Rumble. I mean, Rumble's technical last year, is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, my favorite song this year is Rumble.
Also, I don't know if we told people on the podcast that Fred Again Boiler Room, right? We had access to that boiler room.
Jamie did.
Jamie got it. So we all entered the mailing list, wasn't it? Like you put your email into the Boiler Room website, and we all saw the Fred Again one. I was like, right, let's all put our emails in, and we were actually on our way to London to go do a Pirate Studios event. And Jamie got the email on the train, be like, I've got access to this Fred Again thing.
But we only had 2 tickets, and there was
so you
3
get
of
2
us.
entrants, and there was 3 of us, and then
It was all at the same time, wasn't it?
And we were like, oh well, gutted, we missed it. And then we watched back the actual Boiler Room. We were like, how did we miss this?
I could have been pressing pause on his cue button.
An actual moment in history, and like,
and we was in a cheesy bar drinking.
I mean, we started a great time, but
drinking blue drinks with like cocktail sticks in it. And
I ended up going to Paris to see him live because I felt like I missed out so much.
Yeah, I'm seeing him at Park Life this year. All is well. Do we have questions?
Yes, we do. We do. I just wanted to, as well, because the embargo has just lifted 24 minutes ago, Engine 3.0 is now out. So let's just quickly address that. I think it wasn't actually out when we started the podcast, so that's why it's coming towards the end of the podcast. Engine 3.0 is out, so you can update from now on your Engine software. And what does that mean? Well, they've got Engine Remote Library now, which means that you can connect wirelessly. Just like we were talking about with Recordbox and, with the DJM-A9 and the CDJ-3000s, you can now connect wirelessly from your Engine equipment, like let's say the Prime 4 or the SC Live 4, to your laptop. So you don't have to actually plug a drive in anymore. You can just connect wirelessly to your laptop and play music from there. And it's obviously easier then for managing your music, for editing grids and all that kind of stuff. They've done for the first time an onboard sampler. So this is the first time an all-in-one unit has an onboard sampler. And not only that, they already have loads of preloaded samples in there in different packs. So you can go in and like load your one-shots, like, I don't know, risers or air horns or crashes or vocal samples and stuff. So that's cool.
Very cool.
And then they've got a few other things like performance pad heads-up display. So it gives you more information about what's going on the performance pads, but on the screen. So it'll tell you like the name of the hot cues if you've got them, or like the beat division on your roll and stuff. It shows it a bit clearer on the screen. And then also you can reset the effect parameters. So basically it doesn't leave the effect on, when you load a new track and things like that. So there's a few other updates as well, minor updates, but the big ones is that sampler and the remote library management.
All sick. And just as we speak, I've just had an email from Serato, and any like producers out there, it just says, subscribe now to Serato Studio and get 2 months free, which is unreal, to be fair. Like, so if you're interested in producing, if you produce already, go and try. I always say, if you're getting into producing, even if you are a producer, but you're a DJ first, Serato Studio has been built by DJs, so it's very familiar layout. It's very easy to get started. Where if you're just starting out and you open up Ableton or Logic, it's so overwhelming unless you learn something. Whereas Serato Studio, it looks very similar to like a Serato or a DJ setup. So emailed do more with the full version of Serato Studio. Get 2 months Serato Studio free. So
sweet.
Go to Serato and check that out.
Nice. Right, let's do some questions then. Yeah. So I'm just going to start reading them out. Steve on Facebook said, hey, what's going on with Native Instruments? Any new DJ gear on the horizon, or are they dead in the water? This is an interesting one, because we were talking about this in the office, and there's something, we don't know anything new coming from Native Instruments. We don't even really have a contact with them anymore, because I know they laid off a lot of people 8 years ago now, and when that happened, our contacts went, and we haven't really spoken to them since. But I mean, they haven't done anything since really either. So there's two sides to it. I still feel like the Tractor platform is still a very strong platform, and it offers some unique things that the other software doesn't. And there's nothing wrong with that platform. It just hasn't kept up with the times as well. So it's that
a lot of Tractor users still stand by it. It does the job. It doesn't update or anything. So you're not constantly having this battle to keep up with the latest stuff and things like that. It is what it is.
And you're not pressured to buy new equipment every year.
Exactly.
You buy your equipment and it still works.
There's a lot of good to that. There's a lot of good to that. We get a lot of messages about Tractor and things, and the people who kind of start on it tend to stay on it, which is a good thing.
I'm still on the mailing list for it because I started on Tractor, so I still get like these emails saying, "Oh, new update," and there was one the other day, and then every time I look, I'm like, "Oh, there's going to be something new," and then it's like bug updates. I kind of wish that there was something a little bit better, but it's like you say, is what it is, and it's kind of stood the test of time with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Right. So I've just put something on the screen here, and for those that can't see it because they're listening, off the record, it's a discount code for 20% off our courses. And the reason why I'm bringing that up, and you can use it any time, it lasts forever, 20% off with Off the Record, all in capitals. And Timo on YouTube said, "Hi from Germany. Do you have a good video for learn to mix in and out with phrases?"
Certainly
so
do.
all of our beginner DJ courses dive deep into this. We dive deep into phrasing, into beat matching, into mixing with your EQs and getting seamless mixes. So that's really the best place. We've got a few things on for free around DJing with your laptop, which we talk about phrasing as well, but it's not really as deep as like mixing in and out and which points to mix in and which points to mix out. It's more just like the theory around phrasing. So you can go check them out, but then if you're really serious about it,
go and look, you know, if you haven't got a controller yet or anything like that, we've got a few like getting started with guides for free on YouTube. So, you know, if you just got a Flex 4, there's a getting started with Flex 4. If you just got a 200, there's a getting started with 200, there's a 400 as well. So start there maybe as well.
Yep. And then someone said, do you think that the watch from Alaska,
Hello.
Do you think that the A9 is going to have a limited white edition? I would have thought so.
You know what? I've not even thought about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
Oh,
They don't usually do it so quick after the main release. But
that's a good idea.
I do usually like when Pioneer do that though, like a nice limited edition color. Remember when they did was it the 2000s and they had like the chrome ones?
Yes.
And it was like a mirror.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine DJing? The fingerprints would be a joke.
Speaking of, we talk about Tractor, them native instruments, the purple.
Oh, yeah.
They're the best. Well, they're one of the best
limited
controllers I've ever seen.
Very, very nice.
What is it? Control S4?
They did the S4, the X1, and the machine
it was
as well.
like matte purple.
And a matte white one.
Matte white.
Yeah.
And, oh, my Lord.
It looked like the Star Wars Stormtroopers.
Oh, my God, imagine a matte A9. Oh.
Lincoln on Facebook said, will any DJ company or brand ever bring out a 4-channel battle mixer?
4-channel battle mixer?
Be interesting. I mean...
Rain didn't
Where?
they? They used to have one.
There isn't a 4-channel battle mixer out, but obviously...
What's a Rev 7? That got 4 channels, no?
No.
It's not, is it?
No.
Well, what was the Rain had a 4-channel mixer, didn't they? That had like that fader in and stuff. Do you remember?
Maybe, yeah.
I can't remember what it was. Though. It was. I'm sure there's something.
It's a tough one because it doesn't really serve that audience well. Like, you know,
they're already doing complex stuff.
It's so quick routines. If the battle styles you want, four decks won't help. It's all in pre-preparation, and there's too much emphasis on 4 decks anyway. Like it's just such an overblown thing. Like 99% of DJs will not use 4 channels. That's just how it is. It's you know, it's not a trend, but it's, you know, it's not really that necessary.
No, especially for a battle DJ.
You're battling, you're scratching between 2 decks. Why do you need another deck to scratch up? Like,
and if you are going to combine 2 or 3 things together, I would say as a battle DJ, do that in pre. Like, do that, record it, have you like set your routine, like make your bootlegs, make your edits beforehand, and that's all part of being a battle DJ. You're coming up with the ideas and making those edits to go into your set. It doesn't all have to be done live. No, like, not every single mashup has to be done live.
Stems is your best friend. Stems is the best thing that could happen for battle DJs.
Yep.
This is a good one. Jason said, how to deal with a 5+ hour set. That's from New York.
I mean, we all do them.
Yeah, go on, Danny.
Just, does he mean be more prepared from like a music standpoint?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I'd say just, you can't prepare enough, really. I'd just say get as much music as you can ready. Be ready for everything as well. So, you know, whatever direction the night may go in or whatever event it is you're playing at, just be ready for absolutely everything and prepare as much. What's the saying? Is it like fail to prepare to fail?
Yeah.
So there you go.
But don't plan your 5 hours down to the track for track.
Not track lists. No.
Just have your playlist ready.
Get your playlist in really good order.
Know where your music is.
Yeah.
There's not much else to that.
I need to do more of that.
And
like,
take snacks.
I say take snacks.
Yeah.
I saw a girl on Instagram called Annabelle, who's great content creator. She did a post about, you know, is my sort of music library as a DJ now? It's just, have I gone past the point of being able to sort it out? And I kind of feel like it's, you know, if you've been DJing a while, your music folder and arrangement is what it is. You know where everything is, and of course you'd like to go back and label it all like 2000 RB, and some DJs do. Don't get me wrong. Me, I just know where all my music is. It's just how I've learned. It's the system I use. It's a terrible system. I will never ever teach anyone how to use it.
No,
but I know how to use it.
You.
It works for me. But yeah, if you can, just label everything. We've talked about it before. You label it by tempo, by genre, by energy, by key. There's so many ways.
It always makes me think about, when you'd be DJing with someone else and you go on their laptop and you'd be like,
so weird, isn't it?
You feel like disgusting for seeing someone else's Serato.
So weird.
It is, but it's whatever works for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Robert said here, the A9, the EQ for the booth is a great idea, but none for the front of house mix compared to the V10. Not all venues have sound techs. Your thoughts?
Yeah, that's true.
I kind of wanted to bring up that there is a Stagehand app that comes with the A9 now. Well, it's a separate paid edition, but it's designed for front of house, and they can control, if they connect it through the Wi-Fi, they can control all the levels, all of the settings of the mixer, and then if the CDJ-3000 is connected, they can even pause, play, change all of the settings on the CDJ if they so choose to. And I think that is great, especially for these big festivals where they need to keep an eye on levels and sound checks and things like that. They can do it all from this app away from the DJ that's performing now.
I've nearly come to like blows with sound engineers at festivals when they like put their arm over you to like turn the the volume down and stuff. I'm like, bro, just tell me, you
best hope that you've got like a nice front of house team if you're dealing with that, because they could make your life
could make your life hell. And also there's loads of jokey ones that will just do it for fun, they'll just drop a Spice Girls track in your set and just and walk away.
Someone asked, what are your top music streaming platforms that works with Serato DJ? Well, there's Tidal, SoundCloud, BeatSource and Beatport Link that all work at the moment.
My favorite is BeatSource, personally.
Mine's Beatport.
Beatport for me, yeah.
But again, it depends on what kind of music you're playing. So, if you're literally playing anything and everything, then maybe Tidal. And if you want some more DJ edits and you play quite open format, then BeatSource. If you pretty much just like dance electronic music, then SoundCloud or Beatport. SoundCloud is still quite open as well. It's kind of mashup, and there's a bit more on there from like user-generated, songs, let's say, not necessarily released songs. So that's kind of my quick breakdown on that.
Nice.
Yeah.
We good?
I
think we're good.
There's lots of questions.
There's always lots of questions.
So many questions. And I think, we realized last week how good your input is. So we want to keep doing these live things and getting your input, because, we can only plan so many questions and things like that. And if you guys give us things that you specifically want to answer, I know that it's just not one person that wants to know about this. There's hundreds of you guys listening as well. Once again, guys, please stop what you're doing. Please subscribe if you can to the podcast. It would mean the world to us. Thank you so much. And also the discount
code.
Words,
you're just getting caught up on Idris Elba.
The discount code is off the record, and you get in capitals, and you get 20% off of any course you want. And just remember, I'll leave you with this: if you ever have any trouble in life, if you're ever going through anything, if you're having a bad day, just think, what would Idris Elba do? Goodbye.